Hi everyone, good afternoon. You're welcome to another edition of the SwiftXR Community Workshop. It's such a delight to have us here again. Yeah, we had a pretty interesting one last month, and this time around, we're going to be observing something very interesting. I'm literally particularly looking forward to today's session. I'm going to be sharing details about that very soon. But for those joining us for the first time, we do not like to go ahead without having to properly give us a detail on what SwiftXR is all about, right? And so we always love to have like an introduction to what SwiftXR is. Yes, we know the workshop is centered around the platform, and so it's best we start with what the platform is all about. All right. So I'm just going to be going through the slides very quickly, and then I'm going to be sharing the details about our pretty interesting guest that we have on the community workshop today. All right, without wasting much of our time, um, what is SwiftXR and what are we going to be doing today? Basically, we're going to be looking at what SwiftXR is. We're going to be looking at SwiftXR use cases, and as well the interesting part, which is the live demo, right? What we're doing today basically is we're going to be looking at how to design stunning Figma interfaces with SwiftXR's 3D snap feature, which is something pretty interesting. All right. So SwiftXR is a no-code web platform where designers, businesses, developers, we always like to expand the circle, right? Not just only to creatives or designers, but also business entities, developers, to create interactive AR experiences without drawing a single line of code, right? Our aim or our pride is ensuring that these set of categories can share their design faster with little publishing time and less publishing cost. That will also save developmental effort and also reduce publishing costs. I mean, that has always been our pride, right? So all we're saying is bring in your AR experience, drag and drop, and then share easily live on the web, with just a URL link, right? So let's move on. What's our focus? We focus on non-technical users. We delight in ensuring that everyone can be able to adequately use the platform, right? Whether you're a tech person or you're not, or you're just a random person who just started a business and you want to incorporate AR experiences into your daily engagement, right? We also ensure that our platform has complete ease of use with no stress. You're not wondering where to go on the platform. There is ease of use. Then we are also focused on developers that are looking for quick iteration and prototyping. Yes, you've done the hard part of coming up with your 3D model. You literally just want to simply share your designs to the world, right? 3D artists, businesses looking at boosting client engagement. All of this are the people that this platform is for, and I'm sure that either one of us will be fitting into each and every of this particular categorization. All right, so let's move ahead. Swift are across the web. I just want to get this done so that I can introduce our important guest we have for today and also go to our live demo, right, which is practically the most important part of our workshop. All right, SwiftXR across the web. We have a couple of platforms where we have integrations and plugins on across the web. So if you have websites on Bubble, on if you have an online store on Shopify, on Figma, which is part of what we're going to be looking at today, on Wix, WordPress, you can easily share AR experiences and embed them directly on your website. It just kind of lifts up the outlook of your website, without having to go through the normal process of probably using static images or whatnot. Then we have integration with Sketchfab on our platform, which gives you access to millions of 3D model, right? With our 3D snap feature on Canva as well, you can share images and GIFs of your 3D model, which is pretty interesting than using bland 2D images, right? And more across the web, we would have Ucraft, Format, Squarespace, HubSpot CMS, all of this platform, we've had integrations with them, and you can easily embed your project code, which would be generated for you on the SwiftXR platform, and take that project to your website. It sort of like uplifts your website. Um, very much or pretty much. If you want more details about this, all our platforms and integrations and plugins, you can just go ahead to our documentation site. I'm going to be sharing the link briefly. On there, you have information about everything that you need to know on how to bring in AR experiences from your project online or to your individual website. All right. And then doing more with SwiftXR, you have a couple of added advantage of using SwiftXR. You have your project analysis that gives you insight to how your project is doing, who is viewing your project, the number of views, which country they're viewing your project from. Then you can also share QR code. Aside from sharing your project URL, you can also generate a simple QR code from the platform that can also be used to share your project. This can also be used on designs if you want people to simply just come across your portfolio with just a simple scan. You can impute your QR code, and that gives them access to every detail about yourself, right? Then we have Sketchfab, which gives you access to free 3D model, like I mentioned earlier on. Although it's a bit of upgrade over time, SwiftXR team also has our own SwiftXR asset store. Yes, where our in-house 3D artist works on amazing designs. So you can feel free to check that out also on the platform. And you can also convert images to 3D, which is also another interesting way to get 3D models, custom 3D models made for you. And if you don't want to do all the lifting and all, you just want someone to work on something personally for you, you can also request for a personal 3D or custom 3D model on the platform as well. Pretty interesting. Then with your Meta Ed Quest as well, you can easily share your project, which can gives you access to view your projects using your VR headset. All right. So let's move on. I'll be done with this in a minute. We have a couple of SwiftXR feature, right? We have a 3D viewer, e-commerce 3D viewer, art 3D viewer, avatar, NFT 3D viewer, plane detection. All of these features has its different responsibilities. I don't want to go into it one after the other, but most ones that you usually use is your 3D viewer that allows you to view your 3D model easily on the web, on the platform, and also allows you to share directly on the web. You can create customized Ready Player Me avatar, right? Using our Ready Player Me feature on the platform, right? Then some couple of other features that we just recently brought to life on the platform as well. All right. Looking at our SwiftXR use cases, these are a couple of things that you could view or differentiate the use of SwiftXR for in different industries or across different industries. If you look at real estate, right, you can easily give your clients the best experience of the property you're trying to sell to them by just sharing to them, the link to the virtual walkthrough of that particular property. Same with artwork showcase. You can create a virtual showcase, or you can send a link, that allows people to view their artwork on their wall in their space without having to travel. Same with e-commerce. You can sell product better by simply just bringing your products on SwiftXR, sharing them on your online platform, with several of our features that allows them to try their dresses, try their jewelries, glasses. All of this makes selling much more better, right? And yeah, I think that would be all from the slide that we have, introduction to SwiftXR for today. And yes, we're going into the interesting part, which is the live demo, right? And today, like I said, we're going to be looking at how to design stunning Figma interface with SwiftXR's 3D snap feature. So yeah, it's about to get pretty interesting. And on the show today, can I call it a show? Yes. we have an amazing guest. His name is Akitude Omileye. He is, I hope I got that right. He is the head of marketing right here at SwiftXR. I'm just going to bring you off stage real quick. All right. Hi, Aki, today. I know you as Bolivar. Hope you're doing good.
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you.
All right, good to have you on the call. Good to have you on the workshop today. So I'm going to be signing up very soon and let Sunday, Bolu. So let's agree. What do you want me to call you on the workshop, Bolu or Ake today? Which one is it?
Whichever one is fine. They are both my
All
names.
right, all right, cool. I'm just going to allow Bolu to do his thing, and yeah, I'll catch us later very soon. Over to you, Bolu.
All right. Just gonna try and share my screen. Just let me know when you can't see my screen. You should be able to see my screen now, correct? Estella, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
Are you sharing your screen already?
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen already.
Okay. Let me see if how that works. Okay. All right. Cool. I've added your screen to the stage. We can see your screen now. We're good to
All
go.
right. So we're all good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. So I think the reason we're here today is to discuss how to, or to just see how you can leverage SwiftXR to do better designs on Figma, especially when it comes to 3D designs, right? And yeah, so I'm just gonna try and walk you through. I'm just gonna instead of speech, right? I'm just gonna try and show you practical ways in which this can be done by trying to recreate some designs or trying to do some designs myself by leveraging 3D on SwiftXR or from SwiftXR rather. So first I'm just going to try and see uh should I do should I try and reference the furniture industry or maybe do something different like with the um electric cars, electric vehicles. We'll just do both. Hopefully, we have time. But I'll just do something really quick with furniture, just because furniture has been out there for some time, and then I'll do more on the electric vehicles. Stella, please confirm you can still hear me.
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Awesome, awesome.
Mhm.
Right. So this is the SwiftXR platform, right? And you can access this by visiting swiftxr.io, right, and sign in, or you can just go directly to swiftxr.io slash ob, right? That should land you somewhere right here, and you just be able to sign in to see this editor, right? Now, let me just do some. Let me just get some of the mundane things out of the way really quickly. Maybe so far, right? And just call this. Uh, Stella, let's work together. Give me a name for a furniture brand. Any furniture brand. Like, just give me something random.
Um, furniture brand. Does it have to be like a real life furniture brand?
No, it doesn't.
It
It
doesn't.
doesn't.
Okay.
No.
Say Bethel furniture brand. I'm sorry.
That's a long ass thing, but I'll just stick with Bethel. Right.
Bethel.
So
Okay.
yeah, so I'm gonna stick with Bethel and let's have it. Okay. Right. So I'm just trying to get some mundane things out of the way. Let's say shop now. I think shop now will be much more relevant for the furniture brand. Uh, let's see. I'm just gonna give this right. So just gonna find a befitting color for this. Let me see. I don't think I have something like that pre-saved. Uh, I want something really close to. I want a color that feels sort of like woody as our primary color. Right. And okay. So at this point, we're just gonna have gallery um about us. Okay. 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 Let's see. 1340. Right. All right. So I'm just trying to get my top nav out of the way, right? So that at least I make the euro section I'm trying to work on look a bit more realistic. Let me do this way and just put a 50 pixel. Okay, great. Now that's out of the way. Find this first and just make this like 80. Make this like 40, 40 px. Okay. So now to the real thing, to the real deal now. So we have two ways of connecting SwiftXR to your Figma, right? The first and the quickest way to do it would be to come under your plugins and find the SwiftXR 3D Snap plugin, right? This is the plugin right that you need right here, right? When you launch the plugin, so if this is your first time using it, it's going to ask you to sign up or to sign in, right? Depending on the situation, right? But in my own case, I have previously been using this, so I'm just gonna go it directly and get started. So what I want to do is so one sec. Right. So what I want to do is just come into my library section. So earlier on, Stella was explaining different ways in which you can get 3D assets on SwiftXR, right? So the first, obviously, will be to upload your 3D assets. If you have perhaps a GLB file or something, it will be really easy to just upload your GLB file into this asset store. Let me see. Let me try and find one. I'm sure I should have something lying around here. Great. Right? So I've been able to import my GLB that was exported from Blender. Right? So regardless of whatever 3D software you're using, Maya, Blender, Cinema 4D, right? Don't worry, you're welcome. We'll make room for you, or we've made room for you rather. So, but I don't want to use this, right? I want a specific kind of model. I want this chair, right? So this is the SwiftXR asset store, right? You can get some pretty dope models from here if that's what you want. Your alternative is to go on Sketchfab. So again, this is your first time using it, you're just going to have to sign into your Sketchfab as well to just link the entire thing together. And from here, you should be able to gain access to thousands of 3D models that you can use for your creative process. This is really similar to the chair that I want, right? You also have the options of using the image to 3D where you can create 3D from an image, right? So you can upload an image, right? Like you can take a picture of maybe a sofa, right, or one equipment, and the AI would make some assumptions and then generate a 3D model that you can use for you. And then the fifth, right, would be to just request a 3D model from the team, right? So we have awesome 3D designers in house that will be really happy to help you create the custom 3D models for your needs. Right, enough blabbing. So I'm just going to get this accent share and import it. Right, so now you might be wondering what makes SwiftXR special, right? You can just as easily get a 3D model. I mean, I could literally go on perhaps FreePic or Envato or Shutterstock and look for a 3D model of a chair and then import that, right? But here's the key. What happens when you need that 3D model in different textures? You need that same 3D model, right? In different textures, in different angles, and with different customization options. That becomes impossible to do, right? But that's what SwiftXR does. So now that you've imported your 3D model, right, this is what you can do with SwiftXR, right? You're able to, of course, view your 3D model across different angles. And the good part, you are able to snap this 3D model in any angle that you want, right? I think that's the coolest part of all this, right? So you're able to snap this 3D model in any angle that fits your project. Not only are you able to snap it, it's going to snap whatever it's going to generate for you. It's going to generate it as a PNG, right? An actual PNG, not PNG with the checkered pattern, right? An actual PNG. On top of that, you're also able to generate a GIF, right? So sometimes some models come with animation, some don't, but every model has a default rotation, right? So you're able to generate like a 360 go around all of your 3D model to use for your assets as well, or to use for your design as well, right? So this is, like I said, one way is to go directly with the plugin and just use the plugin, right? The second way would be to come directly into the platform itself, right? Putting your 3D viewer here, and I'm just going to explore model library and download the same model, right? So whichever one works. And the cool part is you can do this on your mobile device as well, right? You're able to access this platform and do all of this on your mobile device. I mean, barring the Figma bit, right? So now I want to show you something cool with this, right? I want this 3D model in this direction. So I'm going to snap this. And at this point, I'm able to set, the output quality of my PNG, right? So I'm going to preview it. No, too far back. Let me just turn off auto rotation, right? So I want it like this. And now I'm going to snap again. Export the highest resolution and generate. right? That's one, but that's not enough for me, right? I want to do something else, right? What if I'm trying to pass across the message that we have like a variety we have this 3D model in variety of customization options for you, right? So I'm able to come right to this customization option tabs, and then I'm on the chair. So you have different materials that you can make edit to, right? Or you can make customizations to right here, right? Number one is the cover of this chair, and the second one is the wood, that's the stool or the legs of this chair, right? So now, depending on the 3D model you select, right, the materials might change, right? But the basic functionality remains the same, regardless of. So sometimes you might see 2 different materials here, or you can see 10, right? Depending on the 3D model that you're working with. So I'm going to add a new variant, and I want like a brown chair. Awesome. I want a brown chair, right? So now I'm going to export this in this manner. Now, I want another one facing this direction, right? And this time I want something close to green. Okay, that works. Or does it? I want something closer to the. Oh, okay. We're getting somewhere really interesting now. Yes. Awesome. So I'm just gonna come right here and drag this to. Like, look at that. Look at how high res these 3D models are. Right now, what I want to do, and the coolest part, or in fact, I mentioned several coolest parts right now, but again, there's just so many cool things about this tool, right? Is look at the realistic shadow, right? Like, it just your usual 3D models would not come in this way. I mean, you would have to do some bit of extra work, to get your shadow looking decent, looking half decent, right? But this comes straight out of Compton. All right, so at this point, I want just gonna make this, add some more details to make this entire thing come to life, right? Furniture that feels like home, right? MC 40 px sounds about right, right? And I want to sub copy. I'm just gonna copy out this text and then paste this right in. And just gonna use 16 px for this. Okay. Okay, fill container, right? And let me see, gray. Just gonna tone this out a little bit. Yeah, that sounds about right. Now I'm gonna have shop now, and I'm gonna have see gallery stroke black. Let's see how that looks. I'm just gonna change this to black as well. All right. Actually, let this be fully rounded. Awesome. Now, because I'm using them for the erase section, I'm just gonna notch these guys up a bit. 48 sounds about right. And yeah, let's see, sounds about right. Awesome. 16 32. evening 32 right here. Great. So just like that, we've been able to create an hero section that looks quite good. So 530, if I do say so myself, I believe. So 530 px for consistency. Just gonna do this way. Bring this back in. I'm just trying to centralize this. Okay. So now I can take this a step further by doing something quite interesting and just adding some more context to this design, right? So I'm just gonna put a frame somewhere here. Okay. 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 Now, what do I want to do? I want to put, let me just use my plugin, and this time I'm going to use a different plugin. I'm going to try on Splash. I should have it somewhere here. What I want is an empty living room. If on Splash doesn't give me what I want, I'm just gonna have to. Okay. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so this already gives you an idea of what I'm trying to achieve, right? You see how the shadow just sits right there on the floor, but I still feel like this image that we've used right here can be better. Perhaps we need something with a much more lighter background. Let's see, living room. I think I need something with more white. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to engineer this myself to get what I want, but I already like where this is headed. So I'm just gonna do something extra. I mean, what are we if we don't go the extra mile? So I'm just gonna add a gradient. I want a gradient that goes from white, yeah, to white pretty much, from white to white. Except I want this at 100. Damn, it's 4:34 already. We're running out of time, and I still have something else to show you. But I think I like where this is headed already, and you can just get a sense of what I'm trying to achieve with this. Right? You can again. Okay. So this is kind of what I'm trying to achieve. I mean, with a little bit of tweaking, right? Maybe make this much bigger, because it looks kind of empty. So I'm just gonna, again, I don't want to obsess too much about this. I don't obsess too much about this. Yeah, I think we're getting to a really good place. Let me try 650, and I'll probably want to clip content. and I want this inside this frame. Yes. Yes. All right. So again, what I've been able to show you here is how you're able to customize, take one 3D model and get it in different angles as well as add customization to suit your specific needs, right? So I'm just going to delve away from this, and this time I'm going to try and do something else. I'm just trying to do something else, and this time it's going to be for an eco-friendly car, right? So I'm just going to leave our fake logo right there so that I don't waste too much time, because it looks like I thought I was going to have more time with this. So drive the future. This will have something like drive the future. Okay, I'm going to leave this fake copy right here. All right, and this time I'm just going to have this over here. This time I want green, this green, and stroke green as well. I'm going to remove this fill, and okay, I'm going to take this off. I don't need that anymore. How did I manage to do all of this? Okay. So what do I want? I want this. And perhaps I want to add auto layout to all of this. Make my work a bit easier. Right. So it's going to have 50. So 50 sounds about right. Okay, now I'm going to go back to SwiftXR, and this time I'm going to look for a different 3D model. So I'm going to use Sketchfab this time. Right. So for the first one, I use the SwiftXR asset store, but right now I'm going to use Sketchfab, and I'm just going to find. I'm looking for a futuristic car. I'm just going to search future car. Just don't look as detailed as I want. Hyundai. Hyundai accent. What? Staria. Okay, I like this. Stella, please confirm you're still with me.
Yes, very much with you, Bulu.
All right, all right. Yeah, I like this. So I think I want this first in this angle. So I'm just gonna snap this. I'm just gonna snap this right here. I don't think I need as much as 2048px, but I just like images being super sharp. I prefer to have to scale the image down than to have to scale the image up. This one I'm gonna use maybe 800, and I'm just gonna remove the auto layout, move this all the way to the side, and scale this guy up like this. So send it to the background, and I'm gonna move this guy 123 80px. Move this one. I'm gonna change this to 700. Okay, okay, okay. We're getting somewhere. So just gonna do just gonna add some extras. Okay. So just gonna add some secondary details here. So Hyundai 50. I'm gonna call this model for Historia maybe S5, maybe series 5. I don't know. I'm gonna stack them this way. Yeah, that should do. So I want this, and I want, yeah, this sounds about right. So subtext, body, right? Now, next is I'm also going to try and have some images. For this, I'm just going to get like random images, but I'm trying to get like an aspect ratio that looks kind of decent. Let me give this something first so that we get a sense of what I'm trying to do. I'm just going to use APX for now. And I'm going to have this go all the way through, right? Now I'm just going to add some secondary details. I'm just going to try and add some secondary details. And I'm just going to try and find secondary details like, the WLTP range, those sort of things. And I'm going to duplicate this, Command D of WLTP range. And I'm just going to call this 4 to 5 to 5. 4 to 5 kilometer. Then 0 to 100. How fast can we go from 0 to 100? Right. 5.5 seconds. That sounds insanely quick, but that's not really quick. Right. Now, the horsepower now. 272 HP. Great. I'm just gonna have a tiny bit of divider. Yeah. I'm gonna find a really light gray. See, 150. 150 sounds about right. Okay. So for this, I'm gonna try using 16 again. Right, I think we're getting somewhere. So just gonna get this to all contents, and we're gonna set this to maybe 24. Should be kind of tidy. So what do I need? I need perhaps a couple pictures of vehicles. So I'm just gonna head over to Google and find electric vehicles. Again, as usual, looking for the most high-res ones. So I'm just gonna grab a few from here. paste them in here, scale them down. Two more, and I can show you the next cool thing. Just two more. Stella, I have 15 minutes left. Is that correct? You have 15 or 10. Which is it?
Yeah, let's say 15 minutes.
Okay, because I'm really going off a tangent right here.
Not just do you. It can exceed 1 hour, but just do you.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Let's see. I feel really good about this. So right here, I have maybe learn more. Okay, and I'm just gonna replace the shop with this right here. Okay. So what's next? I'm gonna head over to the next section now. Show you. So right now, I want to show. So I want to show this car in different angles and talk about different things, right? So maybe the side mirror, the front wheels, or the roof of the car, right? I want to delve further or delve deeper into the nitty-gritties of this car, right? Now, again, with other 3D models, you would start to get complications right about, a couple steps back, right? But with this, it means if I want this in specific angles, if I want to show specific things about this, it means I'm just going to come over here, right? And I'm going to snap this car. I'm going to snap this car right about here. Then I'm also going to do this, right? And I'm going to snap it again. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to have to take that off. And I'm also going to have to take this off for now. So gray 50, right? And this is a 1440. So I believe I want this guys to be around 500, right? By maybe 600. Yeah, 64 px and 50 px pattern and 16 px spacing, right? I want to believe somebody's going to watch this and they already see the vision at this point. Why do I be using X instead of C? Command C, Command V. Good. So I want this, but actually I think I want to mirror this. I'm just gonna push it over here. Right. Now, next thing I want to talk about is the mirror, the side mirror. I'm just gonna push this here. Okay. Okay. I think I can go. And this is why I like working with high-res images. Again, I still really, really appreciate the shadows on this guy. It just make my life so much easier. yeah, I'm just gonna give you, I'm gonna make you bigger, give you some strength. Okay, at this point now, it's at this point where I'm gonna have small details here. So maybe engineered for precision. Right, and then dynamic traction wheels, hubs. It sounds a tad bit more techy. Just gonna try and use 33 px here, and I'm gonna use around 4. Sounds about right. Then I'm gonna have learn more button. Okay. Save plugins. I'm trying to find an icon. I'm trying to decide which icon library specifically I want to use. Damn, I haven't spoken about GIFs yet. We'll get there. All right, so I want right. Yeah, sounds about right. Perfect. Shift A, Command V, then Shift A again. Just gonna bring this here. So for these, I want 10, 2, 16, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 16. Right, just gonna move this up a bit. Clear this out. Clear this out. Okay, I think I prefer it this way. All right, so then O2 and then 5. Okay. This should be 14. I think 20. Okay, and all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Okay. So we're gonna have a bit of a problem here, but not to worry. Not to worry. There's always a workaround. This frame. Let's put it in this frame. Great. All right. So I'm gonna borrow the gradient we used previously, and this time I'm gonna go from this gray, right, the same gray, but this time okay. Yeah, I think we've been able to clean that up. So I'm just gonna copy this rectangle, copy the both of them, and paste them in here as well. Right. Let's see what we're cooking first. We'll go. No. its width. Okay. Okay. Again, we've been able to achieve all of this just from one model and taking that model in different angles, right? So, Stella, what do you think so far? Are we cooking?
Actually, I was gonna say that it's really looking so good.
Thank
Love
you.
it.
Okay. So right now, I want to go to the section where we speak more on, where I show you the GIFs. Right? Do I still have my auto layout on here? So I need this to be 0. I don't see those gaps. Good. So right here, I'm just going to delete. I don't need all these things inside this frame. I just need this frame and I need it gray. If my visions are not tricking me. Fill container. Okay. Now, what do we want to do? We're going to bring back our initial echo right title. We're going to bring this stuff here. Um, 20, and I want to start from the top. 20 as well. All right. So echo right, Staria S series 5, and fully electric. I feel like I still need to notch down this gray a little bit. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. So I'm going to draw a frame here. And I have to disable auto layout for this. That's because I don't have the patience right now. Command V and give this white so we see what we're doing. Right. So what do I want to do here? I want a 360 turn around. So I'm just going to come back here. Again, you don't need to be switching tabs like I'm doing right here. Don't mind me. I'm just very traditional in the way I like to do things. You can do this directly from the Snap plugin, right? It gives you pretty much the same thing. I'm just sort of traditional. And I'm also going to generate a GIF. A 360 turnaround in 1 second might be too quick. So I'm just going to make this maybe 3 seconds and preview. So it's just going to render out all the frames for me. And mind you, this GIF is also, oh, you might be glitching. Oh, we're tweaking. I'm just going to refresh. And do that again. Okay. There seems to be an issue with that, but I'm going to, don't worry, by the time you're practicing this, engineer would have fixed it. So don't fret. we catch bugs and we kill them. No biggie. So I'm just gonna drag this in here. First I want the image. I'm just gonna try and put it in this frame. Right? But of course, in fact, I think I don't need this frame any longer. I just needed to get a sense of where I wanted to place this. Right? Or better still, can we just bring this GIF directly? I believe we can. We can just put it right in here. I'm just gonna clip content so it sits right in there. Right, so I'm just gonna have this here. Lock this so it's out of the way for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, stereo. Now let's make you bigger. 4. Oh. Okay. So at this point, we're just gonna have. I think I'm rounding up now. 2 minutes over time, but I'm gonna round up right here. I'm just gonna do something really quickly. Say guaranteed safety. So I'm just gonna highlight some features. All right. Let me just copy this text. Copy this frame and bring it right here. Okay. Each icon, I'm gonna need a badge of some sort or a shield. Yes. Yes. I don't really see one that speaks specifically to security, but I'm just gonna use key. I'm just gonna use this. And let me try this with 40. All content, 16px. Right. Okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Fill container. Right. I'm just gonna reduce this spacing. We'll give this 8. And just make this bag look like it's fighting for his life right now. So I'm just gonna increase the thickness. Just increase the weight of the stroke. Just nudge it a bit. That's it. 2.5. Okay, sounds about right. Definitely looks much stronger. Right. So at this point, we're going to have several premium experience, uppercase, premium experience. Right. Okay, so let's see how this looks now. So we can round up. Good. All right. So we get the idea. This chef is bugging me. So for now, I'm just gonna replace it with the image. Just gonna bring back the image and just replace it. By the time you're watching this, don't worry. I would have And then I would have fixed this, and it would be better. I'm just gonna unlock this, duplicate, and replace, paste to replace. Looks good. All right. I think, Stella, I think I'm just about done. So if you have questions, I'd love to take them now, if any.
Yeah, I'm trying to check through the comment section. We don't have any questions for now, but feel
Okay.
free, if you're watching this after this live session, to drop your questions. We can revisit them and answer them in the comment section later on. Thank you, Bolu. This is literally pretty cool. Honestly, amazing. So this is the power of the SwiftXR 3D snap feature, right? It doesn't look like the image was designed from the beginning. Like, it literally looks very realistic. Awesome, awesome one. You should try it out. If you do not have your account on SwiftXR already, you can quickly go to swiftxr.io to sign up. And yes, you get to use the platform for the free plan, and you get to try out a couple of projects and publish on your end before you can take it a step further to subscribe to any of our payment plan. And before we call it an evening, I'm going to be dropping the link to the Discord channel. We are a community, and to get us closer, to interact closer to you, if you have questions, especially concerning today's workshop, you can easily ask your way on Discord, and we'll be so happy to answer all your questions. All right. Thank you, Bolu, once again. It's literally been a fun session so far. Thank
Thank
you.
you
Thank
for
you.
having me.
You do look like a pro. You are a pro. All
Thank
right,
you.
then. I'm just going to remove this off session. All right,
All
then.
right.
Yeah, I'm going to end your session now while I opt out, if that's fine.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We do hope to see you next week on another edition of our community workshop. And you should stay tuned. We are going to be looking at something more pretty interesting. Every part of SwiftXR is amazingly interesting, right? So just stay tuned, and the link has been dropped to our Discord channel. You can join, and let's get to connect on a more closer level. Till next time, I'm going to leave us right here. Bye, everyone.